Hello and welcome. This is Zipper, she's our new kitten, and I decided to bring her along to this video and show her off to our 50-something subscribers. So Callum and I recently watched Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and I have a few thoughts about it that I'd kind of like to share with you. I thought it was an okay movie. If you could use one word to describe it, okay is the best word you could use. It wasn't bad, but wasn't great or exceptional either. This is especially true with regards to the characters and writing, which I think were definitely the weakest part of this movie. The entire plot centers around the character of America Chavez, which is a problem because she doesn't really have much of a developed character at all. This was the same problem I had with Infinity War. They centered the entire plot around this one character, but that one character was very poorly developed. And I get it that she's a new character and hasn't really had enough time to develop yet, but Doctor Strange, who has been in several MCU movies prior to this, suffered from the same bad writing. He doesn't exactly have a character arc in this movie. I guess you can say him choosing to believe in America instead of sacrificing her was its arc, but if so, it wasn't very compelling. For the most part, he stayed the same arrogant jerk throughout the entire movie who was willing to do anything that he saw as the greater good. He legit was using the Darkhold to possess a corpse when he told America to believe in herself. The trailers kind of made it look like he was going to be held accountable for all the times he broke the rules of the natural law, but it turns out that everything turns out just dandy for him. No consequences, yay! And speaking of deceptive advertising, Multiverse of Madness is not a very good name for this movie. I feel like someone just really wanted the name to be an acronym for MOM, to foreshadow Wanda as the main villain. The main characters spend 99% of the movies hanging out in the same 3 or 4 universes. Also, for the amount they were teased in the trailers, the Illuminati were not a very significant part of this movie. They popped in to tell Strange what an incursion was and then up and died. They were cool, yes, but from a storytelling perspective, they were no more than just pointless fan-pleasing. This movie honestly could have been a lot shorter. So much of it kind of feels like filler. Awesome filler, but filler nonetheless. Seriously, the entire conflict could have been avoided if Wanda had just taken a chill pill and talked it out with America Chavez. Hey, I will help you control your powers and find your moms if you send me to a universe where my kids are. Also, I just want to say, if you are sensitive to stuff like seeing a guy's skull implode and his brains ooze out to the side, then you might not like this movie. It's definitely the most violent MCU movie up to this point, and it definitely pushed the limit of PG-13. It tried to dip into the horror genre, and I personally, being the squeamish guy that I am, I can't say that I really necessarily enjoyed that. But to give credit where credit is due, I think Wanda was a great and truly terrifying villain. She's probably definitely one of the more compelling villains in the MCU, even though the bar is pretty low. If you're wondering why the camera moves slightly, it's because Zipper's playing with a tripod, so I apologize for that. However, I do feel like there is somewhat of a discrepancy between WandaVision and Multiverse of Madness. At the end of WandaVision, Wanda decided to give up her kids and Vision to do the right thing because psychologically torturing an entire town is wrong. But in this one, she has no regard for human life. She is brutally murdering anyone who gets in the way of her finding her kids. And that is just kind of feels like there's a missing chapter in between WandaVision and Multiverse of Madness. Also, it seems weird that she's overly prioritizing her kids. What about Vision? She isn't even mentioning him or even trying to find him. White Vision is still a thing, and he is essentially Vision. You don't even have to go to a different universe to find him. But it's by no means one of the worst MCU movies. However, I do have it kind of ranked lower in MCU properties. Like, I currently have it ranked as 25th, which, to put that in perspective, is right above Hawkeye and right below Captain America, the First Avenger. The first Doctor Strange was way better than Multiverse of Madness, in my opinion. Multiverse of Madness was severely lacking in kind of the creativity and gorgeous visual effects that the first Doctor Strange had. And that's kind of disappointing because that was one area where I didn't think it would be lacking in. But that's just my opinion. Tell me what you think down in the comments below. Unless your name is Carl, then please don't. Carl sucks. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Like and subscribe because that would really make Zipper happy. And if you don't, then Zipper will be really upset at you and probably murder you in your sleep.